Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon TV with Sam Villa. What's your new title?
Global Artistic Ambassador for Redken.
I made him say it because we were having trouble figuring it out.
Amazing.
So we are behind the scenes at the America's Beauty Show in Chicago, and Sam said, I'm going to do a quick demo for you on two great styles.
That's correct.
And I love this model you selected. Tell us what you're doing here.
So it's all about braids. Braids are getting tighter, but there's also a sense of looseness to it too. So you're seeing a contrast in braids now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something very festival-like that you're seeing these kids do at these festivals. So I'm going to do something like that. So it kind of relates more to spring, summer.
Ooh, festival hair. So let's turn her around. And you guys, this is crazy. This is all her hair. Just tell us about
That's
this.
correct. This is her hair. What we went through, we worked with a texturized iron, but this season with a texture iron, I'm not texturizing the entire head. We're going through, we're taking sections, we're weaving like a highlight, and we're basically just texturizing what we weave. So therefore it looks a little bit more natural, but I'm getting a little bit of sense of pliability to it by working with it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I want to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to work with Braid Aid 03. This is going to be my product of choice. It's going to give me a little bit more control. A nice lotion to work with. Gives you a little bit control in terms of working with layers.
Show us how much you have. Show us here.
Okay, thank you. And look at the slip I have. See how you get the slip? So don't think that you're going to get a lot of tack and it's going to be that you can't get your fingers to it. It really helps. Look how I applied it like a hand lotion. So now I can rake and look at the back of my hand, get that. I can rake underneath and the top of my hand gets the underneath. Okay, product application is critical, Maggie. I think that's a lot of times why clients don't like product. So I'm going to do a really cool braid for you. That's a 3D. Watch this, Maggie. So braids, you over, under. Forget it. Don't do that anymore. Watch this. Open the right side, pass the middle through. Then what you opened all went to the middle. Open up the left side and pass that through. Okay? So all I'm doing is opening the outside strand. So I open this strand up and I pass it through. So you see how simple that is? So all we have to do is learn how to control the hair and our hands. So I just come open, and I pass that through. So I come again, look at this, right side, open, pass it through. Now look what happens is you're going to get a 3D braid that looks three-dimensional. It's going to look round rather than looking flat like most braids that we do. You can start to see that happening now. So it's real simple. Nothing going over, under. Just open, pass through. Open. See, I open and I pass through. We come through again. We open and we pass through. Open and pass through. Real simple. So now once we got this, let's just place an elastic on this, and then I'm going to show you a little trick with an elastic. It's all about hair hacks, doing things that you already know how to do, but doing them in a different way. So look at that section. Now look how this elastic is big. So when I put it on, you keep looping around and around. Rather than doing that, just keep twisting. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to keep twisting the elastic. Take another elastic. Okay. So all you want to do now, Maggie, is take the elastic and just twist it. So just keep twisting. Once you got enough twist in there, now come in, open, and place it in. So you see it makes it a little easier now so you're not looping so many times. Now what you want to do now is come to one side and just start pancaking this. But what I love about this one, rather than packing just a 3-strand, watch all of these little things that I'm going to get in terms of this. So look at the contrast that I have, a tight braid with a loose braid. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of braids. There's contrast in hair, sleek and smooth. I really think the next trend we're going to see is going to see an organic texture starting to happen in our haircuts. And the haircut is back big time. So now watch. Banana buns are big in Paris. What's a banana bun? A banana bun, when we work with buns, buns are round. Okay, so if you see these girls in Paris, they're waking up in the morning, their buns are now elongated. So it's a banana bun. So all you need to do is just pull it up, twist, and start to pin. So see how that's much more elongated, or you could leave it down. But really, when you talk about braids, that's what's happening this season in terms of the contrast that you see in terms of something soft, working with something that's much closer to the head.
That is like the coolest thing. I mean, I'm so transparent. As you're doing this, I'm so in awe. That is so great. What do you stay home and just play with mannequin heads?
Well, you know what, Maggie? I choose to stand in front of people motivated by the passion to teach. As a teacher, you have to research. I'm not claiming that I invented this. This is something I saw, and I'm just the messenger sharing it. But what I really like to do is break them down, make them simple, and explain them in a simple way.
Oh, this is so cool, because from every angle, this is just a good-looking braid.
Yes.
Oh, my
And then,
goodness.
like we said, you could put it up, do so many things with it. It's just amazing what we can do with braids.
All right, that's your festival
Yeah.
braid, and he's rushing this because I told him everything has to be done within a couple minutes.
So we're going to take our next model.
Model
Watch
2.
this one. Oh,
What
guys,
are you calling this?
This is a fishnet. You're going to love this one, Maggie.
I love them all.
Okay, so watch. I've got 8 sections in clippies. Okay, so I'm just going to take this section here, okay, and I'm going to tie some knots. So what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to go in and tie these knots, and I'm moving it, like if you looked at that braid, it was simple, but it wasn't really the conventional way of doing a braid. So now look what I did. I tied my shoelace. I come back here, I place the clippy right where I tied. And I come back again. Now I'm going to take this hair here, that's close to this one that I tied, and you're just going to work your way right across this. So I take this clipping, that secures that. Go to my next one. So I'm looking for my next one. Where is it at? Right here. Now I'm going to tie my shoelace again, Maggie. So I tie that again. And then I take, look how I place my finger. I take the clippy right at the base. Look how I'm working down. Next section. Just continue to control your sections and tie. Now, the idea here is I want to create a little bit more of an accessory, using the hair as an accessory. So it's almost going to look like there's a net over her hair, but it's over her head, but it's actually her hair that I'm making the net. Notice I'm not picking up any hair. So this is going to float on top of it. I'm using the clippies so I control it. Now let's go to the opposite side. So we go to the opposite side. On the opposite side, you just take the knot. See how I got the knot that I have here? I take the clip, there's my sectioning. Now, look at this color. Color is not an option. I think it's a necessity in terms of how you marry your up styles with color, your cuts with color, how you marry them together. This was what we call a root drop. A root drop is, look at how the depth of her color is darker underneath, and we did this with our shades EQ cream, 07NWN and 09NA. And this is beautiful color. So remember, guys, it's all about the color in terms of seeing color. It's all about that depth of the color at the base. Now notice how I'm continuing to work down on the left side, taking each section that I had, that I pre-sectioned, and I'm just coming through and continue to tie. Now watch how we'll continue this. We'll go back up. So you can see it doesn't take long to do this. Watch. So I come back up, right to the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I come to the center. Here it is here. So I come to the center. The pin will tell you where you're at. Come through and tie again, Maggie. So we tie. So I backed up one. Look at that. Now I come through, I collect that, pin it. Look at where my pin's at. Look at the pin. The 2 strands that are close to it, take them. Look at this hair. It's layered in the front. And look how I'm working with that. Here, come through, and pin. Okay, now I come through again. See how I'm just working my way right down? Here, place your finger. Go grab your single prongs work best. Don't try to do this with double prongs. You're going to get all tangled up. Here I come through, working my way down. So Sam, when you're doing this, all you're doing is you're not picking up hair. You're taking those sections that you had and you're tying, and you're taking the sections that live next to it and tying it. That's all I'm doing. Count it, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see this is back a little bit. This is where I belong, right here. So I grab these 2, right with this pin here. Okay, grab these 2, and I come back and I tie again. And all I do is just move myself back, and I take my pin and pin. So the clippies, the single prong clippies, they help you to control this as you're tying. That's what's so cool about this, working with it and tying it. The clippies will help to control that. Now look at the other side. So we come work our way down, we tie, okay? Now I come through and I pin. Okay, now we're gonna go one more row, Maggie, and we're done. So I come through, look for that single prong right in the center. Sam, that's so little and there's hardly any hair. Hush up, stop overthinking it, okay? Just simply tie. Look how I got that tied. And watch how I'll control this. I got through, look at where I'm at. Look how little that piece is, Maggie. Come through and tie. There's my clip, grab your clip. So you still want to use your clippies as I'm working my way down this and tying this. So I'm still taking my clippies and working with my clippies and just simply tying. Look at that little piece that I had there. Come through and place. Okay, let's bypass that one. Move over to here, this opposite side. Make sure you look for where your little pieces are and come through and tie. Okay, we have 2 more to do. We're done. And then watch how I'll secure this right underneath that ponytail. Coming through, take that one. Okay, look at the little piece I got there. Come through and tie. And then we have 1 more to do. Okay, tie. Now remember, stop making things so clean. You're going to start to see that in terms of an organic texture starting to happen in just about everything that we're doing. So really want you to start to loosen up your mindset. Now what you want to do, Maggie? Take everything that I tied. I'm going to take...
Should we spin her around? Turn her around a little bit, yeah.
Good job. Thank you, Maggie. Okay, take the head up. Destiny, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to take everything I tied. And all I'm doing is just taking, see, I just grab all my little pieces of hair, grab it, piece of hair, grab, take your clippies out. Grab your little pieces of hair, okay? Now watch this, Maggie. Okay, once you got, look at the pattern I got, guys. You can just start to see that pattern. Grab before you take the clippies out. Grab all those little pieces. Now watch this, Maggie. Split it and pull and stretch. Okay, here's that little piece. Got to grab that. Okay, and stretch all of this. Now bring it underneath the ponytail. Okay, now we're going to take an elastic. And all we're going to simply do is apply an elastic to it. Now look how cool that is, that little pattern that we got out of that. Just simply going through and just tying. Remember, guys, hair is an accessory. It's an accessory. So let's start thinking about various ways that we can create a sense of enthusiasm behind the chair and a sense of enthusiasm for the client. So all I'm doing is coming underneath, placing a small elastic. Look at that little piece of hair, but look how many times I twist. So you don't have to keep looping and looping and looping. Now, all I do is put my elastic in, and I'm good to go, and we're done.
That is amazing, and I want to point out, and we're going to do a 360 of her. Her hair is all crimped. It's beautiful.
Yes, it's once again highlighting it and crimping the hair that you would highlight. You crimp that and not all of it. So we're working with the Samvia texture iron to get that texture.
Okay, so very slowly go around and put your head down so we can see you. Oh,
Isn't that cool?
This is so beautiful. All right, let's get both of your models together and have them do a nice little 360.
You bet.
Both of them.
Okay, so girls, why don't you stand up? And as you stand up, go ahead and do a 360 for Maggie.
Getting good light. And slowly turn around.
So the idea, once again, Maggie, doing braids in a different way and working with things in a different way, so you just create a sense of character in their finishes.
Sam, as always, amazing. I really appreciate this. The Modern Salon audience appreciates this. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. You're beautiful. Your hair looks great. And Sam, we love and adore you.
I love you, Modern Salon.
Bye. Thanks.